Hey everybody, this is Duke, and I'm KC0VI Tom. Today we're gonna do a little work here in the ham shack. I got the Mackie board out, got it cleaned up, tested out, seems to be working okay. And what we're gonna do, I got a handful of pieces and parts. I got some adapters, I got my mic, and I got my adapter cables from Heil. This is a 12 input board. It's got XLR output that is selectable from mic level or line level. That's important coming down the road. So the idea is here, we'll take my Heil Pro Tim Pro Consumer or Semi-Pro microphone. We're going to feed that in the audio board so I can use the graphic equalizer on channel 1 for the mic and kind of give me more mid-range, a little less on the low, a little less on the highs. Just give it that little extra punch to help get through pileups. And the main output, the right channel will feed the Yaesu 991A over here. The left channel will feed the FTM 400. And both of those will be set to mic. So it's just be mic in on that, be no problem. The push-to-talk circuit, I'm still working on that in the back of my head, how I'm going to do it. The adapter just gives me a XL, or no, it's a 1/4 inch mono. Give that a closure to key up the radio. So I'll probably just grab a toggle switch from downstairs, parts bin, and set it up here on a little stand and just be able to switch between the two radios to transmit. Input number 2 on the board, I'll use that for my Pro Elite headset from Heil. In case I want to do some, contesting weekend, and I'll figure out how to tie in that push to talk off the hand switch onto the circuit, because the plan is on the Pro 10, they're using a 3.5 in the back for your push to talk, and it's got this real nice push to talk point there, so it'll be fairly decent. And plenty of room there on the cables, and the other set of cables for the 400 looks okay. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of these 3.5 millimeter. These are the mono ones. 3.5 stereos, tip ring sleeve. And then we got our 1/4 inch monos and our 1/4 inch stereos, tip ring sleeve. And when we talk about tip ring sleeve, what they're talking about is you got the tip here, then you got that black insulator, then we got another piece of conductive metal, that's our sleeve. No, that's our ring, excuse me. Tip, ring, and sleeve is the ground. On the mono side, here we go, we just got a tip and a sleeve. There is no ring on it. Kind of important things to remember. We won't go too much in how to solder those. They're just like soldering XLRs, which we did back in this, which is there. And again, just warm your soldering up high as you can, get in there quick, add the solder, and get the heck out of there. So, no need to show you guys all the soldering in this, but I'll just give you a little heads up what we'll be doing. So we got mic 1 and mic 2, be the headset and the Pro 10 mic. Then the audio from the 991A and the 400, I'll feed those into probably, I'll be playing around with this, probably 5 and 6 input. I'll put that over to AUX 2. Those are the two radios I'll be listening to when I'm talking on them. The other radios, the Pro 45 and the 885 tracker, I'll have those going into probably 6 and 7. And sorry about that. And that way, when I'm talking to somebody on the radio, I can reach over and turn down AUX 1 or turn down AUX 2. It never seems to fail when I go to do something live, either on the radio or on the camera. One of the scanners will pop off. St. Ansgar, where the house is at, we're kind of sitting in a hole. We're down, we're really down low. A few years ago, when they had an engineering crew come in to do the water flow problem we had in town. Anytime we got more than 3 inches of rain, we had a lake in the front yard, because all the water that falls on the 4th Street area from the railroad tracks 105 and to the 1st Street here flows down the ditch in my front yard, and it wouldn't make the corner, and it would just fill up here. Lost all my goldfish one time. They're actually living down the holding ponds down there at Grain Millers, and been told they are getting quite large. And the engineering crew, they're down here by the house, and they're trying to shoot a transit down to 4th Street, 4.5 blocks away. And they want to make sure you have enough drop in elevation so you get good water flow. As mowing the yard, I went around checking the guys, see if it's need anything else, and it says if we get enough down, enough elevation to get this to work right? He goes, no, we got too much elevation. We're like almost over 3 feet where I'm sitting now to where the curb and gutter is on 4th Street, the main drag. So they had to do a little change in their plans on that, but and there's some drain points in the yard, so any water that falls in the yard will drain into that ditch. It's actually now a covered culvert, and it works real good. Very seldom do I have any standing water in the yard. Any flooding we had was from overflow of that ditch. But since I'm sitting so low and there is a small hill between me and Mason City, when Mason City's police department was on the 800 or the 400 band, UHF channel, yeah, they're on the 400. Their antenna was up quite high, and I could easily listen to them from the house here. And when they switched over to the APCO 25 or whatever Iowa's called Epics or whatever, the 800 trucking system, those antennas are quite lower than what the old system was, and it's less power because they're just covering Mason City area. So I cannot receive them on my scanner. And Austin, behind the house here, I got this great big block of cement, grain millers. Same deal there. When they're on the VHF channel, I could hear them on the scanner. But now since they went over to APCO 25, I can't listen to them on the 800 meg scanner. And so what, I can still get into the amateur radio repeaters in those two towns due to the fact those are up higher. But I had a couple old iPhones. I just wiped them clean. And I believe they're both iPhone 6s. And I just put that public service police scanner app on it. I got one for Mason City. I got one for Austin. And that seems to be working good. So I'm going to run that also on the board. So I got a little better control of the audio in here. I can adjust the equalizer on all the audio for my hearing and for my voice to get that extra punch out there. So that's going to be the plan for the day. There's no need to show you guys, like I said, how to solder these. I'll cut back in. We got it all done, and hopefully we didn't let out the magic smoke. Well, it's been almost 2 weeks where I got sidetracked a little bit. Had to order some parts. We'll go over here and take a quick look. I got the board labeled. I had to label it about halfway through because I was getting confused. We got the Pro 10, the Pro Elite. That's the inputs, and they'll leave out an output, the main output left, right. Left will go to the 400, right will go to the 991A. This board in the mute circuit, when you hit the mute button, it will actually send the audio on that channel out to outputs 3 and 4, alternate 3 and 4, which are line leveled. So what I'm going to do is I got the audio from the 991A and the 400, and they're going to actually being fed into the AUX 1. Then the Bear Tracker 885, the Pro 45, and the two iPhones, and they are both iPhone 6 now. There was a 7 where at the start of the video. I forgot about that. The 6 was the last one that had the headphone jack. The 7s did not. So these 4 are being fed. They're muted on the board here, which actually they're being routed to Alt 3 and 4. And they're going out through the control room speaker jack to one of the speakers up here, up there. And way it goes. And like I said, it works really good. When I'm in here working on something, I can reach over and run the audio level up and down for whatever you want. As you can see on the board, the two cell phones are pretty much maxed out on audio. But that's fine. I can adjust those down if they get pretty busy, especially at night. But the only problem I really had, and I've been kind of waiting on this, I was going to finish it when that part came in. I'm getting a little buzz. It's a ground loop problem I got between the board and the input of the two radios. And I thought it was from the push to talk circuit, because up here on top, I got a toggle switch to select between the 400 or the 901A. I had to make sure it was one of those double pull, double throw switches to isolate the ground. I couldn't tie the two grounds together. Then I had a lot of buzz. So it's something, I think it's something in the power supply of the Mackie board. But it worked. I got a couple isolation transformers. They'll come in. I'll get them on the mic output, or the line outs or mic outputs. I was right the first time. To the two radios, I'll take care of it. I just wanted to wrap this video up. I want to get this up because we're starting to get closer to camping season. I don't know if you can see it out the window. I got Tigger on the patio ready to go. I'm going to start shooting videos on that, and I got a couple other videos to get done before that. So what I can do, the laptop here is hooked up to the 901A, and I can run the software for logging. The main computer is over here, And it's just handy having it laid out this way. And you say, why do I have 3 monitors? We talked about that in another video. I got used to running 3 monitors in the help desk, and it's just easier to do that way. On that, Walter, what do you want? Yeah? Okay. Somebody wants to hug. Duke, your cat's bothering you. Right, Walt? Yeah, Duke, say goodbye. 7-3, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3, everybody.